I shall call him Mini-Me.
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1981 movie, Halloween 2. The movie is directed by Rick Rosenthal and written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, and this movie picks up exactly just seconds after the first movie and everything. Michael Myers is, after being shot 6 times, has gotten up and ran off. He's still killing people in the neighborhood surrounding him and everything, and he makes his way to the hospital where Laurie Strode has been transferred to, and he's trying to get to her and everything, and he kills a bunch of nurses and doctors and security guards and stuff at the hospital along the way trying to get to her and everything, and where he finally has his final confrontation with her for this movie anyway. This is a really good sequel. I think it's a pretty solid follow-up to the first one. I think Rick Rosenthal's directing is pretty good and everything. I like how they made this movie feel like it was just a continuation of the first movie. It feels like it's still part of the same story as the first one. I like that a lot about this movie and everything. Even though it's not directed by John Carpenter, it still feels like it fits in with his first movie and everything. And the cast is all really good in this. Jamie Lee Curtis comes back as Laurie Strode, and she's pretty good and everything. I liked her quite a bit, although she doesn't really have as much to do in this movie because most of the movie she's sick, or not really sick, but she's in the hospital room and everything, recovering from the events of the first movie and everything, so she doesn't really do a lot and everything, but I still liked her a lot. Dr. Loomis is really great too, once again played by Donald Pleasance. He's still really great and everything. I think I still liked him better in the first movie, but I thought his performance in this one was still really good. Pamela Susan Shoop plays Nurse Karen, who's like, I think she's like the head nurse that takes care of Laurie, and I think she does a pretty good job. Lance Guest plays Jimmy, who is he's the boy that Annie was talking about at the beginning of, or during the first movie and everything, that liked Laurie and everything, and they kind of have some scenes together where you can tell that they like each other and everything, but I thought he was pretty good as Jimmy and everything. I liked him a lot better in this movie than I did Jaws the Revenge, for sure. Hunter Von Leer plays Deputy Hunt, who is helping Loomis try to track down Michael and everything, and he's good too. He pretty much just takes over when Sheriff Brackett finds out about Annie being killed and everything, because of course Sheriff Brackett needs to go home and tell his wife about Annie and take the rest of the night off, obviously, for obvious reasons and everything. And Charles Shep Cyphers does a good job playing Sheriff Brackett in the scenes that he's in and everything. Dick Warlock plays Michael Myers, and I think he was pretty good. I don't think he was quite as good as Nick Castle, but I thought he was still a good version of the character and everything, except I don't like the way that he walks really, really slow, like at a snail pace and everything. I didn't really notice it that much before until Derek from Derek's Horror Corner had been talking about it when we did our live streams and stuff, and when we would in our group chat and everything, and I never really noticed it, but it's like, yeah, he really is really, really slow. I mean, Laurie's barely walking and everything, and he's like a mile behind her and everything. She's like limping and all that. There's no reason why he shouldn't have been able to catch up to her. It's just, I think that's plot convenience, I'm guessing, I don't know. And like when he gets to the elevator and everything, he could have easily pushed that door back open. Elevator doors don't just shut on your hand and everything like that. If you push it, it would open back up and everything. It didn't make any sense and everything. And there's a part at the end when Laurie and Dr. Loomis are in this room with Michael, and she shoots him in both eyes, and it doesn't blow his brains out or anything like that. It makes no sense how he could even still be alive and everything. And then Dr. Loomis blows them all up, and surprisingly Laurie doesn't get really burned or anything. I mean, yeah, she was a little ways away from the room, but she wasn't far enough away where you would think it would have still hit her and stuff. It I don't know. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me and everything. But for the most part, though, I do like this movie. It has some really good kills. I love the kill at the beginning of the movie when he kills the teenage girl and the old couple and everything. And then at the hospital, he kills the one nurse and the guy that are in the therapy room hot tub thing. Yeah, I love that scene. It's probably one of my favorite kills in the franchise, where he turns the water in the hot tub all the way up to like 120 and everything, and it starts like boiling really hard, and he pretty much boils the nurse. He like sticks her head in there, and he's pretty much like boiling her. This is a really awesome scene and everything. And they did a really good job on the makeup for that, for the burns and stuff on her face. I thought that looked really good and everything. And that had to be a terrible way to go. And then my other favorite one is, of course, the Nurse Jill. He gets her with a scalpel, and he goes up from behind her. And the way it's shot, it looks like he's sticking his thumb up her butt or something like that, and everything. I've seen memes and stuff that said "surprise finger up the butt" and stuff like that. And every time I see that scene now, it makes me think of those memes and cracks me up. But I love that scene too. It's another one of my favorite kills and everything. But for the most part, I've really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a solid sequel and everything. I don't know that I could say it's my most favorite out of the sequels in the franchise, but it definitely is a really good one and everything. And I have to say I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it is really enjoyable, and like I said, it's a really good continuation. I also love that they make it where Laurie and Michael are brother and sister. I thought it was I think it's kind of cool and everything. But yeah, so, and also the score on this movie, I do like most of the score for the movie and everything. I think John Carpenter did a good job on the score. The only thing I didn't care too much for was the new theme that plays at the beginning of the movie and stuff. I just don't really like the way it sounds as much. I love I think the theme is okay. I don't like it as much as the theme from the first movie. I think it's just okay. But besides that, I love the score and everything. So yeah, I think this is a good sequel and everything, and I definitely would recommend it if you're a Halloween fan. I mean, if you're a Halloween fan, you've probably already seen it, but if you're new to the Halloween franchise or whatever, and you've only seen like the first one, or maybe the first one in 2018, and you want to see the rest of them, this is definitely a good one to watch and everything. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.